There is a level of focus that makes people uncomfortable to be around you. Not because you're loud, not because you're arrogant, but because when they speak, your eyes don't move. When they complain, you don't respond. And when they quit, you keep going as if quitting never even occurred to you. Have you ever been around someone like that? Someone whose presence alone feels like pressure, whose discipline is so locked in, it actually feels violent? This is not charisma. It's not motivation. It's something ancient, something dangerous. Most people can't maintain their attention for more than a few seconds. They blame their phones, they blame their schedule, but the real reason is far more terrifying. They've never trained their mind like a weapon. They've never killed the parts of themselves that feed on distraction. And if you don't do this, you will be a victim your entire life, a slave to noise, to chaos, to reaction. But there's another path. In feudal Japan, there was a warrior system so intense that it forged minds into something unshakable, a code that trained not only the body, but something even more sacred, the stillness behind the eyes, the kind of stillness that made enemies hesitate. Today, we enter that system. Today, we uncover the shinobi focus doctrine. By the end of this video, you will understand what it means to become untouchable, not because of strength, but because of focus. But before we go any further, if you're tired of being mentally weak, emotionally reactive, and endlessly distracted, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below the one area of your life where you need total focus. Now, let's begin. The shinobi were not just warriors, they were ghosts, shadows that moved in silence, observed without blinking, and executed without hesitation. Most people today think focus means working with music on. They think discipline means waking up early for a week and feeling proud of it. But the true meaning of focus, the level we are talking about, is far older, far more dangerous. It is a mindset that turns your entire life into a weapon. Every thought, every action, every breath precise, deliberate, sharp. And the philosophy behind it? Kiko no kokoro, the heart of the hidden breath. It was the foundational teaching passed down through shinobi clans, one that fused mindfulness, movement, and mission into a single principle: silence the noise, weaponize the mind. The belief was simple but severe. If your mind can be distracted, you are vulnerable. If you can be provoked, manipulated, derailed, you will be broken long before battle begins. So they trained it out of themselves. They practiced breathing until their heartbeat could slow to near stillness. They walked through forests blindfolded, barefoot, memorizing steps by instinct. They learned to ignore pain, tune out fear, and anchor their mind to a single point until time itself seemed to disappear. Modern science finally caught up. Researchers at Stanford found that sustained attention is not just a skill, it's a competitive advantage. The prefrontal cortex, the region of the brain responsible for focus and planning, gets stronger through deep work, deliberate solitude, and resistance to impulsive reward systems. Translation: what the shinobi did out of necessity, science now proves rewires your entire cognitive framework. But there is a price, and this price is what separates the committed from the casual. You cannot achieve shinobi focus without sacrifice. You must eliminate the parts of yourself that feed on dopamine. You must break your addiction to movement, to noise, to comfort. And you must above all choose one mission and kill everything else. This story you're about to hear is about a man who did exactly that. Not in a dojo, not in feudal Japan, but in the chaos of the modern world. His name was Ryota, and his transformation will show you exactly how to destroy distraction and build a focus so sharp it cuts through time itself. Ryota was not always like this. There was a time he couldn't focus for 5 minutes. He was 31, a software developer by title, but in truth, he was a scattered soul pulled in every direction, accomplishing nothing. He would open his laptop with intention, and within minutes, he'd be on YouTube, watching highlight reels of other people living the life he said he wanted. He bought productivity books, downloaded focus apps, tried morning routines. Every Sunday night he swore this week would be different. It never was. His gym bag gathered dust. Unread books piled up beside his bed like a quiet accusation. He had notebooks full of goals, but no evidence of pursuit. He wasn't lazy. That's the lie he told himself. The truth was more painful. He was addicted to fragmentation. He couldn't hold a single thought long enough to finish anything meaningful. His mind was like a cracked mirror reflecting light everywhere but concentrating it nowhere. It all came to a head one night. He was sitting at dinner with his father, a former judo coach, now in his 70s. They hadn't spoken much in years. Halfway through the meal, his father looked him in the eyes and said, "You know what's sad, Ryota? You're always busy, but you've built nothing. Not your body, not your mind, not your life." Ryota looked down, said nothing, but the words hit like a blunt weapon. Busy, but nothing to show. Always working, never moving forward. A lifetime of motion, without direction. That night, he sat alone in his apartment. Phone off. Lights dimmed. He looked at his hands and asked a question most men never dare to ask. If I keep living like this, what am I becoming? The answer came in silence. Heavy, cold. He saw a future version of himself. Overweight. Still talking about dreams he never pursued. Still making excuses wrapped in intellectual language. Still wasting years in tiny digital windows, scrolling past the life he was too afraid to build. And something inside him cracked. Not a breakdown, a decision. The next morning, Ryota deleted every app that demanded his attention, but gave him nothing in return. He locked his phone in a drawer. He went to a library and sat at a desk with nothing but a notebook and a pen, and he wrote 6 words: become a weapon. Begin with the mind. Ryota didn't know what to do next, but he knew he could no longer live the way he had, so he started searching. Not for tactics, but for truth. That's when he stumbled across an old translated manual on shinobi philosophy, not the ninja fiction from movies. The real doctrine, passed down through centuries of silent warfare. One line stopped him cold. To lose focus is to die while breathing. That was it. In a single sentence, he understood his problem. He was alive but not awake, breathing but not present, living but not building. The shinobi called their focus Shin no Kokoro, the true heart. A state of inner stillness so deep no distraction could enter. It wasn't willpower. It wasn't motivation. It was identity. The doctrine taught that the mind must be treated like a blade, sharpened with repetition, tempered with discomfort, hardened through stillness. There were no hacks, no secrets, just the 3 trials. The ancient system used to forge warrior-level focus. Trial 1, the silence of one. Task Trial 2, the death of preference. Trial 3, the ritual of fixed hours. Ryota committed to all 3, but what he didn't know was that the real battle wasn't out there. It was inside. Trial 1, the silence of one task. He chose a project, build a minimalist personal budgeting app from scratch. No team, no help, just him and the code. The rule, no multitasking. When coding, only code. No tabs, no music, no escape. At first, it felt like torture. 10 minutes in, his brain screamed for dopamine. Check email, scroll, open another tab. But he sat, breathed, wrote 1 line of code, then another. Each urge resisted was a rep for his mind. Each moment of boredom faced without escape another scar on the old self. He lasted 43 minutes on day 1, 98 minutes by week 2. By week 4, he could sit for 3 hours without checking his phone. Not because he was strong, because he was training. Trial 2, the death of preference. The shinobi believed preference was weakness. If you can only perform when conditions are perfect, you're already defeated. So Ryota eliminated preference. Cold shower. Every day. No exceptions. Same meal. Every lunch. No variety. Same desk, same clothes, same hours. The world said this was robotic, but the shinobi taught that routine is liberation, because when every variable is fixed, your mind stops negotiating. All that remains is execution. One day, a friend mocked him. "Don't you get bored doing the same thing every day?" Ryota looked at him. "I don't train to feel good. I train to be free." Trial 3. The ritual of fixed hours. Distraction loves ambiguity. I'll work sometime today. I'll go to the gym later. I'll meditate when I have time. That's how weakness speaks. Ryota made a vow. 5 a.m. Wake. 5:15. Movement. 6. Deep work. 8. Pause. Repeat. Same every day. He didn't ask himself how he felt, because the shinobi didn't wait to feel ready. They moved at the sound of the bell. and Ryota, modern warrior, moved the same. But all of this came at a cost. By month 3, Ryota had become unrecognizable. He didn't talk much anymore. His posture changed. His energy felt heavier, not aggressive, just unshakable. People started noticing. His manager asked, "What's gotten into you?" His friend said, "You're different now." "Cold, maybe," his mother worried. "You don't smile like you used to." But Ryota knew. This wasn't coldness. It was clarity. His attention no longer scattered like dust. It moved like a sword. Precise, quiet, deadly. He finished building the budgeting app, but more than that, Head built something far rarer, an identity forged through stillness. There was one moment that proved it. Ryota was at a client pitch. Big opportunity, months of work. Right before his turn, the projector failed. The room tensed. People panicked. Ryota, calm, still. He stood, walked to the whiteboard, and delivered the entire presentation from memory. No slides, no notes, no apology. Afterward, a junior developer asked him how he stayed so composed. Ryota just looked at him and said, "Because I trained not to need comfort, but even the strongest warrior meets his edge," and Ryota was about to face his. It came on a quiet Tuesday. He received a call, his father's stroke. ICU, the man who had once called him out, now unconscious, weak, fragile. Ryota flew to the hospital, sat beside the bed for hours. Days. The schedule collapsed. No rituals, no 5 a.m. wake-ups, just the hum of machines and the weight of uncertainty, and slowly the old mind returned. Distraction crept back in, scrolling, snacking, sleeping at random hours. His body was present, but the blade was dulling. He hated it, but he couldn't stop it, until one night, sitting beside his father's bed, he remembered a line from the Shinobi manual. "In chaos, remember the breath. It is the blade behind the blade." He closed his eyes, breathed in through his nose. 4 seconds, held. 2 seconds, exhaled through his mouth. 6 seconds, again, again, again. And in that stillness, focus returned. Not because life was under control, but because he remembered who he was and what he had trained for. Focus isn't peace, it's a weapon. And Ryota was still armed. That night, he didn't scroll. He didn't break. He just sat, fully there, eyes sharp, breath steady. A warrior in the waiting room. His father would survive. But Ryota, he had already been reborn. Ryota returned home a different man, not because of the trauma, not because of fear, but because the fire had been tested and it did not go out. He resumed his rituals. But this time, it wasn't about performance. It was about presence. He no longer needed apps, alarms, or quotes taped to his wall. Because the Shinobi Code wasn't just something he followed, it was something he had become. His focus no longer depended on silence. He could sit in a loud cafe and fall into deep work in seconds. He could wake up exhausted and still train like it was his duty, because it was. His body, his mind, his mission were one. People still didn't understand him. They said he was too intense, that he didn't laugh enough, that he took life too seriously. But Ryota didn't argue. He just smiled, bowed slightly, and returned to the task. Focus doesn't need to explain itself, because focus is a force. And when you build that kind of force inside you, the world moves differently around you. So now I ask you, where is your attention going? How many hours have you bled into distraction? How many dreams have you buried under dopamine? How many versions of yourself have died quietly because you couldn't sit still? You think you need more motivation. You don't. You need rules. You need rituals. You need to train like Ryota did. One task, one time, no escape. You need to kill the part of you that flinches, that scrolls, that excuses, that wanders. You need to become dangerous, not with words, not with ego, but with presence. Because presence terrifies people. It reveals everything they're running from. So, here is your challenge. For the next 30 days, build your own Shinobi ritual. Wake up at the same time. Pick one mission. Do it daily, no negotiation. Silence the noise. Sharpen the mind. Move like a weapon. And when people ask why you've changed, say nothing. Let your presence speak. Now go. Become the danger. And comment below. I am training to become a weapon. That is your declaration, and he'll see you at the next level.